Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Real Positive Girl podcast. My name is Sabrina. Happy Thursday to you all, and happy New Year's Eve to everyone. I hope that you're having a fantastic day. Just a reminder that this week we are talking about how to review your year, and today, Thursday, we're going to be talking about evaluate current goal statuses. But before we jump into the episode, again, I want to say happy Thursday to you all. I hope that you're having a great day, whether your day is just beginning, in the middle, or towards the end. I hope that it's fantastic. And if you are having a tough day, or you're having a day where things are just really weighing on you, you're having trouble focusing, you're feeling frustrated and stressed, and you just really want to be done with it, I encourage you to do the 5-minute reset, which allows you to take at least 5 minutes of your day and take that opportunity to reset, reboot, restart your day right then and there. It'll also allow you to take a break from any issues or burdens that are currently weighing you down and just causing you to feel all of those emotions that I had listed before, or anything that you are listing on your own, or feeling on your own rather. And you can also take the time to come up with a resolution for any problems or issues that you're currently dealing with. I always encourage everyone to come up with a list of at least 4 things that you are grateful for, big, small, or medium size. Maybe you're grateful that you still have extra money so you can eat out today and the rest of the week, kind of just chill until you kind of restart the year, this weekend or on Monday. Maybe you're grateful that you did get invited to someone's house for New Year's Eve because you don't like to be alone on that day. Or maybe you're grateful that you did not get invited to someone's house because you like to be alone on that day, and just chill and kind of go to bed early and eat snacks and, have fun on your own. Or maybe you're grateful that you were able to hit a lot of after holiday sales and kind of get a couple of things that you needed, and you feel really content about that. So whatever it is, you can be grateful for it. You can literally be grateful for anything. So it makes the list never ending, which is absolutely fantastic. And before you end your 5-minute reset, I encourage you to make sure that you're feeling at least neutral, if not positive, about the rest of your day, because hopefully creating your gratitude list and just really reveling in positive blessings and amazing things happening in your life, it'll push you to be in more of a positive mindset. And I'm not saying you have to be in that mindset all the time, not even 80-90% of the time. It just helps to really get through those hard struggling times if you focus more on those amazing blessings happening in your life rather than all the tough crap you have to deal with. But and I'm not laughing at that. I'm just laughing at there's definitely been times where I'm just man, why did I focus so hard on the crap instead of the amazing things that were happening? So but I do hope that you're having a great day today, Thursday. Like I said at the top of the show, this week we are talking about how to review your year. And today, Thursday, we will be speaking on evaluate current goal statuses. So let's just jump right in. I feel like this is going to be the easiest thing you do within this entire year in review that I'm speaking about this week, because it's just talking about evaluating goals, and there's honestly not that much that I really feel like I need to share with you to review for the year, especially since if you are wanting to create new goals and figure out the best way to do that. I did do a whole week talking about SMART goals, and SMART is an acronym for 5 different steps for you to create the best goals for yourself. So you're welcome to review and listen to that. And I'm sure in the next week or two, I am going to be talking about goals and how to create them and choosing and really kind of briefly talking about creating vision boards and stuff like that. And you may be asking yourself, well, Sabrina, why haven't you already done that since we're about to hit the new year? It's because I don't rush into that. I don't like to. I was even talking to my therapist about this yesterday. I was like, I don't like to rush in to the whole New Year's resolution, fresh year, new you kind of situation. I don't like to jump right into that on the first. I have tried to do that before and it feels exciting, but I also feel like New Year's Day itself is very a chill, laid back day. And there are going to be some challenges that I will start on the first, but it's not going to be anything super invasive, and it's not stressing me out at all whatsoever. So but I just feel like that week between Christmas and New Year's and having to spend time thinking about your goals and what you want to do and how you want to get that jump on it on the first, that's great. And if that works for you, that's fantastic. Please keep doing that. But it doesn't work for me because I feel like that week between Christmas and New Year's is hectic. I don't know what day it is. I'm still trying to figure out what I need to do to clean up from Christmas so I can get ready for the new year. If there's any like last minute tax business things that we have to accomplish, like those are the things on my mind. So anyway, enough on that little tangent. But so that's why I will be speaking about it a little bit later. I honestly think if like in the first 2 weeks of January you kind of get your life right and get it together, it's gonna be fine. And you'll still be able to accomplish amazing things, even if it's like 2 weeks behind other people. And mind you, behind other people that may decide to quit because they rushed into it too quickly in establishing those goals. So anyway, but yeah, today I'm going to talk to you just briefly about evaluating current goal statuses. Today I want to, talk about the importance of reviewing goals you had over the year and deciding what to do about incomplete and completed goals. It's important for you to evaluate both of those things because you might think that, yeah, evaluating completed goals is important because you get to see the progress that you made and the achievements and give yourself a pat on the back, which is absolutely fantastic. But it's also important to evaluate the importance of incomplete goals because it really will shed some light on the things that you thought you were passionate about, the things you thought you wanted to do, and then for whatever reason you didn't go through with it. So whether it was because of something that was out of your control and you just have to revisit doing that goal at a later time, that's fine. Or maybe you realize it just wasn't for you, or the process seemed harder than you anticipated it being, or whatever other factors popped up. Those will be really important, like nuggets of information for you to review and to take with you into the new year, because it hopefully will help you decide on what goals you decide to go after for 2021. You know what I mean? So the importance of reviewing your goals in general is to keep those desires, dreams, and aspirations at the forefront of your mind so that other things don't come in and distract you too much. You want to make sure you are giving those goals the time and attention needed to actually get accomplished. And so it's important for you to review goals. And, there's going to be a lot of information out there that'll tell you like how often you should review your goals, and which you can do whatever works best for you. I just like kind of doing like the whole slate of them at the end of the year, because it just works for me. And I think that's the best way to not feel overwhelmed constantly. And it's a broader scope for you to look back on, and it's easier to see patterns along the way. This year might be a little different with things like getting shooken up a little bit more than normal, but you'll still be able to see established patterns and what you're interested in, what you're not, and what caused you to be distracted, what caused you to not be distracted, things like that. And I really enjoy looking at patterns like that, like behavioral emotional patterns, because it really can tell you something about yourself. And as we all know, I love self-awareness. I love it. I hope you love it too. So generally, yearly goals are smaller goals that come together to represent your life goals. And I believe that a true review only needs to be completed once a year, like I was talking about, with small check-ins conducted throughout the year. And it's just a preference, honestly. It's just a preference because, like I said, for all the reasons I just said before, it's like a broader scope for you to see those patterns and how it really played out, because, you can definitely like do a deep dive of your goals month to month, but I feel like you won't really know any information until at least 3 months out, if not 6 months, because you need all that data for you to really see what's going on, what's causing this, that, and the other, what are those distractions that are continuing to creep in and get you to like be off course and not actually follow through with the things that you said you wanted to follow through with. But yeah, so backing up though, generally yearly goals are smaller goals. You're like, okay, I want to become a doctor, so there's all these goals sprinkled throughout however many years for you to get to that goal, or maybe there's another career aspiration that you're going after, or maybe there is just schooling in general that you need to accomplish, or maybe there are goals that you want to set for like your parenting and child raising and all that stuff, because I do know that some people that struggle to have children have to go through so many steps And I mean, I know that's not traditionally a goal, but it can be kind of seen as a goal if you have to do so many things and then, like see how those things are working or whatever. I just think it's all helpful. But yeah, so it's usually just broken up into smaller things that all come together into this big life goal. There's definitely ones that don't necessarily all fit together. Maybe they're just super separate from your overarching life goal, but it still all relates back to who you are, what you want to do, and how you want to live your life. But it's in the yearly review. It's in the yearly review that you see if the rate of your progression is to your liking, decide if these goals are actually right for you, and whether or not you are going about achieving those goals with the correct plan and associated steps. It's super important for you to really highlight those things and figure out if those are working for you. So, like I mentioned first, if you need to review the rate of the progression and see if it's to your liking. So I understand that a lot of people would rather accomplish their goals quicker than maybe they are, because you want to rush things through, or you just are impatient, or you understand the reward and an increased opportunity at the end of actually accomplishing those goals. I understand those things. However, just to rush things just for the sake of rushing and getting to the end is not really going to help you. But if you do find that you are going at it at a snail's pace, and it's not as quick as the tortoise, but it's not as quick as the hare, but not even as quick as the tortoise. Do you know what I mean? And so you want to be able to be at the correct speed and the correct progression to actually accomplish these things. So you're going to want to review and see okay, well, what can I do to speed this up just a little bit so everything is still efficient? Or maybe it needs to be more efficient. Maybe that's the problem. You're lacking efficiency, and that's why things are moving so slowly. Decide if these goals are actually right for you. A lot of times we will commit to something and be in it and think that that's what we want. And then if we actually take a step back and change our perspective and our mindset and understand that actually those things are not for us, that's not what we wanted to do, we don't understand why we agreed to it, we might need to not do that anymore and move on from it. And a lot of times we can get locked into things we think are making us happy, and then come to find out, oh, actually we're just doing it so that we can have clout, or we can be noticed as being someone that actually went after that, because that'll give us recognition and attention and care and love, and all these attention pieces, attention seeking behaviors that we're having. We are trying to fulfill those. And so it's important for you to actually decide if those goals and those things you're going after are actually related to what your plan in life is at all whatsoever, if it's going to benefit you, if it's actually something that you want to do at all. At all. And then it's also really helpful with a yearly review to review whether or not you are going after those goals with the correct plan and the associated steps. So let's say that you did want to finish schooling for something or start a business, but you are finding it being more difficult, and maybe you can examine, why is it difficult? Is it because you are not, you don't have the correct plan? Because you didn't do enough research, or you didn't get someone like a mentor or someone else to look up to and figure out what you need to do. Or maybe you did have a good plan, but the steps that are broken down within to each milestone or step or whatever, the broken down pieces of that are not working, and they're all messed up, and you just need more help, you need more guidance, you need things laid out a little bit better. And so that's important to see too, because you'll notice patterns, again, like I said before, of if things seem a little disjointed or just not working out, or get a little stressful around certain things that you're working on, or with certain people or certain experiences, and be able to fix those, tighten those things up, make it better, make it more efficient. I'm all about efficiency. I live and run and breathe my life on being efficient, because it just makes things more efficient. It makes things more enjoyable, I feel. It's not to say that I'm not loosey-goosey and live my life by the seat of my pants sometimes, but I prefer efficiency and just get it done, get it done, get it done. But that's just me. And if you find that some of the goals you have are not completed within the year, that's totally fine. It's not a requirement. Many goals are super long-term and meant to progress year after year, like schooling, other career-oriented actions, and projects that include several building phases, like a business or an actual building. Let's say something that I've been trying to convince my husband to really think about is building a house from the ground up. So you have to go and buy the property, I guess, the land, and then have enough money saved so you can pay for the building processes as they go through. But then you also have to find a spot that you like where you'd want this place to be built, and really like make a decision, because once you build a house, I mean, sure, you could sell it or rent it out, but you probably want to live in it if you take that much time and energy to pick out every single detail. So, but yeah, so it's totally fine. You don't have to accomplish every single goal within a year or a certain time frame. If things take longer than you anticipated, that's fine. I don't think we should live our entire life on a schedule, and that's coming from someone that likes everything on a schedule. I do believe in my heart of hearts that not everything needs to be on a schedule, but I am slowly trying to wean myself out from actually, like, I know it in my heart, but I need to believe it in my head. Do you know what I mean? So anyway, but it is really important to understand that not everything has to be done in a year. It can be broken down, because a lot of things just can't be done in a year. Like, that seems like a lot of time, but in reality, it's such a short span of time, especially if you are just so full up on so many things that you are working towards. And it's during this time, this review time, that you should decide if you'd like to continue on with these goals, or whether or not you'd like to change course and just make some changes in general. For goals that you accomplished, then it's really taking the time to reflect on such positive moments and accomplishments, which usually makes you feel great, but it could also encourage you to decide whether or not you want to create a new goal modeled after that one, or make the decision that the goal is finished, even if just for now. So a lot of times, if you want to spend the time reviewing your goals, and it's always more fun to review the goals that you've actually accomplished, because it makes you feel good inside. You're like, yeah, I did this. You feel so proud. That's so great. But then you do have to make that decision, like, do I need to do this goal again? And you may be like, why would I do a goal again? Well, a lot of people will do a goal again, like that's an experience. Like, maybe you'll do some sort of thing that involves manifestation, or your own personal religious spirituality kind of thing. Like my church every year does prayer and fasting, which I wouldn't necessarily, is like, probably wouldn't think of it as a goal. I think of it as a goal, because it's like you want to get through all 21 days, staying with a current like a specific regimen, a specific way that you want to go about each and every day, and you feel like, and then once you get to the end, you have accomplished it, so it feels like a goal. Or maybe there's like some sort of like fitness exercise, like routine or goal that you want to hit, and you just want to like kind of up the ante a little bit and then go through that challenge again. So you just need to decide if you need to redo the goal, if you want to model a goal that's similar from what you did and kind of spin it and make it into something else, or maybe you're just done with that little portion of your life, and that's totally fine, and you want to move on. But like I said, it's during this time that we need to decide, whether you're going to change course, or you're just going to make some changes in general. And like, if you want to change course, like I already mentioned, if you feel like the goal just doesn't fit you in your life right now, and you can really truly tell yourself that you'll be okay letting it go and there won't be any like real regrets, then do that. But maybe you just need to tweak it a little bit, because the way you went about it initially, maybe you were a little overzealous, maybe you just didn't do enough research, maybe you didn't get enough guidance, and then maybe you just need to try it again, which there's no fault in that, and there's no problem with that. So to wrap this all up, the main point I want to leave you with is to review your goals, finished or unfinished, and decide if any adjustments need to be made. So new way of, like, maybe you need to come up with a new way of getting through the struggle points. Maybe you need a new method on how to learn something new, if that's the thing that your goal is and what you're trying to get through. Or maybe you need a new set of steps to follow that might make the process easier and more enjoyable. So like I mentioned earlier before, like maybe you need to modify your steps because things are not as efficient, or they're not working well, or they're causing more confusion and trouble than it should. Then maybe you just need to evaluate the process and make it more enjoyable, kind of like change the steps up a little bit. If there are points in your goals and you get to certain steps and it just seems like the most struggle bus thing you've ever experienced, and you are seeing that pattern, maybe you just need to find a better way to get through those struggle points, so that it won't be as bad and it won't be something that you dread and don't look forward to, because the whole point in doing this is really to help you to gain information to take with you into the new year, so that your year can be better than the previous one was. And I know that we're all hoping that for 2021, just on a general scope without having to review anything, but you know what I mean when you do this from year to year to year. So, but that's about it, guys. I just want to encourage you to just take the time, review it, figure out what you should do with the ones that are incomplete, whether you're going to continue on doing it or whether you're just going to leave it and know that it's just not for you. And then for the ones that did complete, do you need to create new goals after that? Do you need to just leave it there and feel that accomplishment and move on from it? Or do you need to switch it up a little bit and try it again? Even if you have to start it again from the top, that's totally fine. Again, no shame in that, because wouldn't you rather do it right and feel accomplished in the end than like do it halfway and not feel great about it, and the only thing that you have to your name is to say that you did it, but then you still probably don't feel good about it because you're like, I did it, but not to the best of my ability. You know what I mean? So anyway, that's all I have to say. Thank you so much for listening to the Real Positive Girl podcast. Again, my name is Sabrina. Happy Thursday to you all. Just so you know, tomorrow, Friday, New Year's Day, yay. If you choose to listen, it'll still be here if you choose not to listen tomorrow. But tomorrow we're going to talk about come up with mindful changes for the new year. So this is kind of like a jump into how you can make those mindful changes that will help you to enjoy and go after your goals and aspirations and just enjoyment in the new year. So come back and listen to that. Check the description box for notes for the show, where to find me on Instagram, which is I encourage you to come and find me and follow me on both my personal and the show account. What else do I have to say? Oh yeah, and you can send me an email if you have any questions, comments, concerns, prayer requests, feedback, topic suggestions, or just to say hey, hi, and hello to me. But until next time, have a good one, and I'll see you next time, guys. Thank you so much for listening, sharing, downloading. You're amazing. I'll talk to you next time. Bye, guys.